The elections have pivoted the eyes of many to the possible future of New York City. For as long as I can remember, New York City has been the financial capital of the nation. But for the past decade or so, all I've seen is decay. Rent is up 54%, outpacing inflation, which is infuriating to think about. Everything is going up, except the wages. This started with Bloomberg and his sycophants who remodeled New York City for billionaires and millionaires and pushed the poor and working class further down the to-do list. As a native New Yorker, the city has always had its troubles. Within the last decade, the decline has been incredulous. Homelessness has skyrocketed, the mental health crisis has ballooned to what seems like a point of no return, and food is becoming a precious commodity. When the used to be 50-cent bag of chips is now $1.25, we have a problem. Fast forward to the 2025 mayoral elections. People are ready for change. Well, most of them anyway. Cuomo versus Adams versus Sliwa versus Mamdani. Adams was a non-factor after the disgraceful run he had as mayor. And let's be honest, New York is a Democratic state, so Sliwa didn't stand a chance. That left Cuomo and Mamdani as the main contenders. And that's when sparks began to fly. Mamdani is fresh, a new face with a charismatic personality, who promises to elevate the status quo of the working class by what seems to be any means necessary. I've witnessed the older generation opposing Mamdani because he's too young. What does he know, right? What does he know anyway? As usual, the older generation always thinks the youth know nothing. And you know what? Maybe Cuomo would have had a better chance if he wasn't allegedly grabbing people by the, or abandoning the elderly to suffer during COVID-19 and then lying about it. But honestly, the majority is fed up and disillusioned with how things have been done. Enter stage left, mayoral-elect Zohran Mamdani. Personally, I don't have faith in politicians. They're human, prone to error, and let's be real, most of them are crooks anyway. But I still remain hopeful for anyone who has genuine interest in the everyday person like me. Now, I'll say this. Some of Mamdani's agendas sound noble, but also troubling. Yes, rent is too high. We all agree. But how is freezing the rent going to solve anything? I'd like to be presented with a concrete plan of how this would actually work. Because if landlords can't collect, they can't pay for repairs, water, maintenance, the whole system freezes. Sure, it'll put pressure on them for a while, but how long until they just walk away from their mortgages? Worst case scenario, we're back to the 1970s Bronx, buildings burning down for insurance money. Many of them already complain that residential real estate isn't as lucrative as it used to be. The last thing we need is another '08 crash in this economy. Another point of concern, free buses. I'll keep this short. I can't see that happening. The MTA is a mafioso of their own, and they'll fight him tooth and nail every step of the way. What he should do is audit them, because thievery is definitely happening. force them to properly allocate funds and bring the fares down. But hey, that's just my opinion. Xenophobia has never lost its zest. Many people didn't vote for him simply because he's Muslim and Ugandan born. Check out this TikTok by creator Sprinkles of Reality. This is the sentiment many have.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, all passengers. You are currently on the J train. Inshallah, we'll be at the next stop in 7 minutes. Alhamdulillah. Have a good day and remember, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Now, I don't believe Mamdani is some sort of political jihadist coming to transform New York into New Yorkistan. I don't see that happening in New York because we're too unruly for that. You try to pull something extreme here, you'll have people rioting by sundown. His agenda seems strictly political. I'm sure he'll take action against Islamophobia, but I doubt New York will become like the Twin Cities, like the fearmongers are saying. I'm a Christian, and I strongly believe in the separation of church and state. No one's culture or belief should be imposed on another. This is supposed to be a free country, so no one should be under duress in any aspect of religion or culture. People wishing bad on the city because he won? That's just distasteful and strange. Check your heart, please. Thank you. We have to understand, yes, he'll have power as mayor, but this is still a democracy. He can't just wave a magic wand and make things happen. He's going to have to go up against serious power structures if he wants real change. For the sake of the city and the people, I pray he does what's best for us and things work out well, because I do not want to see the city fall off completely. So what do you think? Is New York on the verge of collapse? Or is there still hope for the Big Apple? Were there any nuances not discussed? Drop your thoughts. And most of all, let's keep it respectful.